Have you been fired or let go from a job recently? In today's video, we're going to talk about what do you say on a job application. My name is Lynn Dessert, and I'm an executive career coach, and I help people with their career every day. And with that, I will see you in just a moment. Getting fired doesn't feel good. Being let go doesn't feel good. And when you come to that job application, you're probably wondering, what do I put down? Do I have to be truthful? And, how do I get around this icky thing, this space that I really don't feel good about? Well, we're going to talk a little bit about some of the terminology that's used when you put down the reason I was fired or I was let go or the reason I left my last company, however it shows up on the application. So with that, I'm going to talk about 3 different areas. One area is going to be voluntary or quit. The second will be involuntary. And the third will be mutual agreement. So with that, let's kind of do the deep dive in each one of them. Let's say you voluntarily left the organization. You quit. You got another job. You moved on. Life is good. And that's not going to be a problem. You just put that down on the application that you left for another job. Just tell the truth. And you're going to find that in this video, I'm going to tell you or ask you to think about telling the truth. And there is a good reason why, and we'll talk about that at the end. The second category is involuntary. This one gets a little bit trickier. And the reason for that is involuntary has a lot of different levels underneath it. The first is that you might have just gotten laid off. Let's say the plant closed, your organization, the office is closed, or there was a reduction in force because there were too many people, sales had gone down. These are situations that are not through any fault of your own, but that the company had to make a decision to downsize or right-size their organization. In those situations, just simply put that down. Say that you were laid off. If that's in fact what happened, is you were laid off. The second one is that you were fired for cause. And fired for cause becomes a little trickier. And let me tell you why it's tricky. It's because you don't want to write that down. However, what you will find out is that when they go and let's say they want to make a job offer to you, they go and they do the reference checks, all of a sudden something pops up that says, I wonder if that person really left on their own or not, or did they get fired for cause? A simple internet search can give a new company a lot of information. So don't get caught by that, because at any time, whether before you get hired or even after you get hired, if they find that you lied on your application, then you will probably get terminated. The reason for that is an application is a legal document. If you have something on your resume, a resume is not a legal document. I don't suggest that you overinflate your resume either, but understand the difference between the two. You are stating that that is what in fact happened, and when they go and check the facts, they want to make sure that what you're saying is accurate. So think about this. Let's say you decide, I don't really want to tell the truth around that because I'm embarrassed or for whatever reason, and then they find out, and you have been a great employee, and then you say, wait a minute, why do you want to let me go? I'm a good person. Well, what happens is that your character has been called into question. They wonder whether or not they can trust you. If you are going to give them some false information around your application, then what other things in the workplace maybe are you being untruthful about? I get it. It's not an easy conversation. And certainly, if you do say that you were fired or you were let go for cause, then that is going to come into question during the interview process, which is a whole nother video for us to have a conversation around. The third area for involuntary is that when you've been let go during the probationary period. And the probationary period is a period of time, usually 30, 60, sometimes 90 days. There are some companies that go up to 6 months, but I find that to be a little excessive, where they let you go because it's just not working out. Their needs may have changed, or they find that there just isn't really a good fit between you and the organization. And so what I would just say is if you've been let go during that period of time, just say you were let go during probationary period. You may or may not know the real reason why, and that's not unusual, and you can certainly share that with your interviewer if they start to do a little deep dive in that question. The final area is around mutual agreements. Mutual agreements are situations where the company and the employee both agree that this isn't a great fit for whatever reason. And there generally is a legal document that is signed that says you are going to abide by certain, things. They may have certain criteria. Sometimes it could be as strict as you can't have any discussions with people outside of the employer or inside of the employer. You can't talk about what you were given because usually there's an exchange of money. It's kind of what we call a quid pro quo. So you get something for something that they give in return. Those are situations where you can just state it was a mutual agreement. Oftentimes it's just, as I said, things just didn't work out, and you can certainly say that to the interviewer. Well, I'm hoping that by going through these 3 different categories of voluntary, involuntary, and mutual agreement or separation, that you can figure out what's the best thing for you to put down on your application the next time you're faced with, what do I do? And with that, I hope you have a great day. And if you've got a suggestion for a video, put it down here in the comments, and perhaps your video will be one that I choose real soon.